Welcome to another edition of Inside Chesterfield. I'm Ted Gottlieb, longtime Chesterfield resident and Missouri licensed real estate broker. Chesterfield is an awesome community, great people, neighborhoods, restaurants, entertainment, shopping, and so on. Inside Chesterfield is my attempt to spotlight the people, places, and things that help make Chesterfield a wonderful place to live, work, shop, and play. Thanks for tuning into this edition of Inside Chesterfield. I'm Ted Gottlieb. Enjoy.
Anna White, how are you?
Good, thanks, Ted.
Awesome. I'm so excited to be here. You know, I was sitting in the parking lot waiting for you to come in, and there was a little noise overhead. What was that?
Oh, we are very close to Spirit of St. Louis Airport, so the jets fly over a couple days, a week, and it's pretty exciting. Everybody loves to go outside and get their cameras and record it.
Yeah, so these were like F-18s or whatever they were, and there must have been about 6 of them, and
yeah.
That was awesome.
It sounds like a freight train going through, but it's very neat.
That is very cool. All right, well, it just adds to the ambiance of this place. Hey, remind me to ask you about the drink bar, because that is just so obvious.
You got
it. That we need to talk about that. So, Anna, tell us about what AR Workshop is and how long you've been bringing joy to all of those who walk through these beautiful doors.
Sure. We have been here 4 years. Next month we'll be 4 years old. And we're a DIY art boutique studio workshop where people can come in and use raw materials that we provide, and they can make beautiful home decor items for their house. There are pedestal trays, photo boards, signs with frames, plank signs, porch signs, lazy Susans, pet beds, planter stands, pillows, you name it. We probably have it for you to paint on.
Wow, so if I'm kind of new to this and I don't want to come into the store initially to see what you've got, you have samples of what you offer on your website?
We do. So we have about over 1,000 designs on the website. We have just a small sampling of those here. But we try to show you, and here are some different projects we have and different colors that we have. But we allow you to get on the website and register before you come to the class. This way, you can see all the designs. You can, at your leisure, decide what you want to make. And then when you arrive, we have everything ready for you at the table with your name on it, what you chose, and we're ready to create.
Oh, that's slick. So I did a little snooping on you. I've been known to do that. And I see that historically you were a teacher?
I was.
Get out. For how long?
I taught kindergarten for 30 years.
Get out of here.
I did.
Would you start when you were 12?
Oh, that's so sweet. But
that's fabulous.
Yeah. So coming into a business like this where I get to work with people and work with children over the summer for classes, that was right up my alley. So that I felt very comfortable with.
Wow, and if you're working with kindergartens, you probably have a whole lot of patience, right?
Patience and a lot of stories, too.
Oh, I'm sure you do. I still remember my kindergarten teacher.
See?
Mrs. Diamond.
We make a big impact.
Absolutely. Changed my world. So this is a franchise, is it not?
It is.
Okay.
We're one of about 150 locations around the United States.
Wow. Are you the only one in the St. Louis area?
We have one other one closer to the city.
Okay, and that's not yours?
That is not mine.
Okay, but I'm sure they're wonderful there too.
Oh, they are.
Oh, good. All right. Do you all kind of get together on a periodic basis, you and other franchisors throughout the country, and just talk about things?
Yep. We have a monthly meeting. Of course, it's Zoom because we're all over, and we discuss strategies and marketing things so that we can provide new projects and designs for our customers. So we're always brainstorming new things to do. We started chunky blankets a few years ago, and that was super hot, and everybody came in and had to have a chunky blanket. And then you learn how to knit it so that you can go on and make more on your own, and you don't have to keep coming to take the class. So the latest new project we have now is the planter stands. They're super cute. You can hang them out, put them out front on your porch, hang a plant from it, give it as a gift for somebody, but they're super cute. Jazzes up your front porch.
Right. Now, what motivated you to leave the world of teaching and become a business owner?
Well, so my 30 years of teaching were up. It was retirement time, and this kind of fell in my lap, so to speak. It was presented to me, and I'm like, this is what I think I was meant to do. This is exciting. So it just kind of fell in my way.
Do you have an artsy side to you?
Oh, not at all. I mean, the kids would make fun of my stick man. Like, I couldn't even draw that. But the nice thing is you don't have to be artistic. You don't have to be creative to make something beautiful that you want to hang up in your home.
Why did you decide then to purchase a franchise versus do something on your own?
Oh, just because of the support. They come up with so many talented, beautiful designs. I'm not an interior decorator. I'm not a graphic designer. I'm not good at that side, but we have people on staff that are. So they make all the gorgeous things that you love, and then I'm helped to make your dreams come true.
Cool. That's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Tell us about some of the other fun things. You mentioned a couple of different things. Chunky blanket. I know what a chunky monkey is, but I don't know what a chunky blanket is. So, but what are some of the other things that you offer here that kind of would be different, unique?
Yeah. So the chunky blanket, for sure. You can make them year-round. They're not always listed on our website, but if you want to make one, just call us. We will get it on the website for you to register. But it's knitting. You don't have to have knitting experience. They're super easy to make. They're just making loops. It's a huge blanket. It's 40 by 60. It's a nice, like, throw it over your couch or put it on your lap while you're watching TV type of blanket. And like I said, you'll leave with the finished project. The whole entire blanket will be done in 3 hours. And then you have the skill to make another one if you want to go home and make another one. So that's one of our very popular items.
Inside Chesterfield is all about Chesterfield. Go figure. Fancy name, huh?
Right.
And I'm a Chesterfield resident, Chesterfield-focused real estate agent. Love Chesterfield. I work out next door at Tracy's Karate.
Yeah.
You've got Vito's down here in Town Center. There's so many cool things going on in this neck of Chesterfield. Why did you choose Chesterfield?
Well, for all those reasons you said. Who does not love Chesterfield? You know, if you say you're from St. Louis, they'll say what part. You say Chesterfield, like, oh, I know where Chesterfield is. Everybody knows where Chesterfield is. We like the location that it was right off the highway. So, you know, when we were choosing a place, we looked all over and just thought, how accessible is it for the people of St. Louis? At the time, we were the only one here. And what I liked about Chesterfield is just they feel like they're their own little city. You know, they're small St. Louis city. And they're right on the highway. So folks from St. Charles, Wentzville, that area come out and they just get right off the highway and they're here. People to the east come, people from North County, people from South County. They just jump on 270 and hit 40, 64, and then they're here. So it's just an easy way to give directions. And I just love the feeling of everybody in Chesterfield. So it seemed like home.
It really is. You know, I always joke about the fact there's no reason to leave Chesterfield for just about anything.
Right.
You know, unless I'm going to a Cardinals game. Why would I want to leave?
Everything's here. We have good food, great entertainment. And I mean, I've been approached, you know, by realtors saying, oh, would you like to move here? Would you like to move here? I'm like, it doesn't get better than this, so I'm happy.
Right. Well, that's great. All right. So I mentioned Chunky Monkey, and now I'm looking at the drink bar over your left shoulder.
Yeah.
Help us understand how it is that we're tying in our artistic creativity and
Drinks?
the bar. Correct.
Well, everybody, their creative juices get flowing a little bit more when there's wine around. So at our studio, we have a BYOB license, so you are welcome to bring beer, wine, alcohol of any sort in. You can bring snacks. We host a lot of bachelorette parties, bridal showers, birthday parties for kids and adults. And so we like to provide that little area where you can bring food, you can set it up, you can decorate it, you can bring balloons, and you can bring your alcohol and set it up over there as well. Your own little mini bar, so to speak.
Great. So I'm making an assumption, you know what happens when you make assumptions, but I assume this is mostly a chick thing.
You would be wrong.
That's why I'm asking.
You would be wrong.
Clarify.
So there are many men who come. People love to bring date nights here. Like, guys will call me and say, I know my wife likes this, but I want to join her. We want to do something together. You can do 2 projects. You can share a project if you just want to do one together. We use power tools. And most of the time people think, oh, power tools are for guys. Guys do love their power tools. You know, I always tell them, you're not coming to painting, you're coming to woodwork. And then there's like, oh, well, I'll come woodwork. They get to sand the wood. They get to stain it. They get to nail it together. So right there, it sounds like it should be a guy place. But the women love the power tools too. When we say you have to assemble it, nail it together, they're like, oh, I've never used one, you do it. And I'm like, just try one. Just try to nail it, and then I'll do the rest. And they do, and they're like, oh, well, that was fun. I can keep doing that. So they enjoy it. But lots of guys come, especially when we do team building ones.
Yeah, that's cool, and I can see that, and I was trying to set you up to let us know that it's okay for us to come here.
Absolutely.
So That's great.
We have a whole wall of nail guns and drills and things like that.
Fabulous.
Yes.
So this is a business, and though you have a lot of fun here, this is probably how you try to earn money to keep the lights on, the doors open,
Right.
and maybe feed some family
little people at
members or
home.
whatever it is. Right. So I always like to ask about the money side of things. Give me an idea in regard to budget. If I was going to come in here, what's on the low end, what's on the high end of 3
Sure.
hours of spending some fun time with you?
Sure. I would say our average price is around $60, $60 or $65. But we have many projects that start at $39.50, and we have projects that go all the way up to $95. So the nice thing is when you come in with your family, you all don't have to be making the same thing. So you may say, I want to make a big centerpiece box, but your mom wants to make a small Lazy Susan to fit on her small kitchen table. You guys can do that. So the prices, like I said, range between $39 to $95, but our average good size, you'll want to hang it on your wall sign, is about $65.
Right now, is all that noted on your website in regard to what the pricing is?
As soon as you go on to register for a class and you start picking an item, it'll tell you how much it is.
Oh, that's great. What happens if I'm not creative enough and things aren't going the way I want it to go in regard to me expressing myself creatively?
Sure.
How do you help me through that?
So we have one employee per table, kind of like at a restaurant. And so that employee is going to stay with you the whole entire evening. They walk you through everything. They won't leave you. They're going to walk you step by step through everything, show you what to do, so when it's finished, it's a beautiful project. So for example, if you were going to make a small tray, this one is about $30, you would get a raw piece of wood like this, and then you get to choose what color. You'll sand it. You'll get to choose what color you want to stain it or paint it. So we have many different paint colors. All the colors are going to be provided on the table for you to choose from, and you can also see our wall of paints. We also have stains, so then you'll get to pick one of those. Then you've already chosen your design online. This one happens to be the St. Louis skyline, but we have all skylines. You pick a city, we've got the skyline for it. So then the white part is where you're going to do your painting. Then eventually you'll attach this to your board. You're going to paint it, which you don't have to hand paint anything. You're going to take your brush with your paint color. You just dab on top of this, and then you'll pull the blue part off, and then you'll end up with something like this. And so you didn't have to hand paint that. It was just a stencil. You painted on top and pulled it off. It turns out beautiful.
That is cool.
How easy was that?
That was really cool.
At the end of the class, everybody goes home with a finished project that's dry and ready to go home. You don't have to come back the next day or in a week to pick it up.
Wow. Now, will you come to my house and hang it for me,
Oh,
too?
of course, sure. Now, we do provide the screws and the wire and everything on the back. There is no reason you can't go home and hang it on the wall. Because, sometimes you're like, oh, I got to get the right screws. I got to get the right hooks. I got to go to Home Depot. It's ready to go.
So it seems really easy and a whole lot of fun. So a lot of stencils.
Lots, 1,500 different
50
designs.
Wow.
Yeah.
What if I want a customized stencil?
That's a great question. So if we have a design, like I know you can't see this design completely because we let the customers do it, but so they got married in 1993, so that's part of her design. The rest of it is here, you just can't see it yet. That part comes with the project. There's no extra fees to put your name, the date and things like that. But let's say a company calls me and says, oh, I'd love to get my logo on a sign. Or somebody says, I saw this really cute thing on Pinterest or on Etsy. Do you think you could recreate it for me? If it's something we don't have on our website, it's $25 extra, and we will make it just the way you want it. You work back and forth with our designer. She will send you a mock-up of it. You can say, can I have the font in script instead of in print? She'll change it. She'll send it back to you. So you guys work back and forth to make it just the way you want it. So that's just $25 on top of the regular price.
So if a great real estate agent wanted to have a pose with his hand on his chin and a profile picture, I could send that to you. You could have it scanned in, and I could have a creative piece that I could carry with me for every listing appointment.
That's right. See how nice that is?
That is awesome. All right. Well, I'm certainly going to keep that in mind.
Yes.
We talked about a lot. Help us close it out. What else do we need to know? What else would you like people to know in regard to why it is that they just need to come and visit you?
So we're just a really fun evening out with the friends. You can come with a group of friends. You can say, oh, there's 4 of us. You guys can all register. We'll put you at the same table. We know you're together. You may say, I got to come in and make a wedding gift for my sister-in-law or my sister who's getting married with her new name, but I'm just by myself. Do I have to have a group? Absolutely not. You can register, you come in, you can either sit at a table by yourself, you can sit with other people who are coming, you can come by yourself. Like I said, we have birthday parties, bridal showers, bachelorette parties, so you can reserve the space if you want it for yourself. We can seat up to 30 people. So if you say, oh, there's going to be 25, 30 of us, you can have the whole room to yourself. We also do team building activities. So if you want to come in with your team, we have different price ranges for the company to pay. Like say, oh, well, we don't want to spend this much on everybody. So we work with you on how much you want to spend, and then we have your team come in. Some teams, we've done it off-site. Maybe there's 60 of them, and we can't fit 60 here. We'll come to you. We can do it at your office if you have the space. We bring everything with us and just have the same experience there.
Fabulous. Well, this was a lot of fun.
Well, thank you for coming to visit us in Chesterfield.
Oh, absolutely. So if folks want to find you, remind us where you're located.
Yep. We are at 135 Chesterfield Town Center. We're right next to Tracy's Karate and Vito's in the Valley.
Right, and that is down off of basically the long road exit off of Highway 6440, no matter which direction you're coming from.
That's right.
Very easy to find. Think Vito's, think Tracy's, think Scarecrow. What else is in here? There's a yoga studio in here.
Magway, Stepanina's Pizza.
Yeah, so there's plenty here.
Yes.
As landmarks for you. If we want to find you on the web, where do we go?
Yep, www.arworkshop.com/Chesterfield. And our phone number is 636-237-2369.
Fabulous. Anna White, this was fun.
Thank you for coming to visit.
It was a pleasure seeing you.
Always is you
All right.
as well.
Thank you.
Thanks.